Thanks very much, Chuck. Please don't go to sleep because I know that you have an interest in these great evaluations. You know, the evaluation part is always one of the most interesting parts of the meeting because you really get some good feedback, and we all appreciate the feedback and another person's eyes and thoughts and mind working on the message we've just sent. So our first evaluator this morning is John Rodge, who will be evaluating Dr. OG's speech. So let me turn it over to you, John.
The balancing act, the scales going back and forth, back and forth. What are you holding in your hand? You have the power of joy and you have the power of hate. You have the power of despair. Balance them out. It's up to you to decide what you take in, what you enjoy, what you hate, what you dislike in every situation. I think that was the overall theme of OG's speech today. You did a really good job of giving us 3 stories. So it's the power of 3. People can remember 3 things fairly well. When you get beyond 3 things, we stop remembering every bit of it. It breaks apart. So if you can have your message shared in 3 different distinct examples, then you have the opportunity for people to imagine what was going on. So for you, it was imagining this Christmas setting with your daughter having so much fun with the wrapping paper instead of this giant present that your mother-in-law bought for her. Secondarily, you went and you used those story examples so that we were there with you. We were at Christmas. We were with your patient. We were figuring out what was going on with Gandhi because we all maybe enjoy some sweets at some point or another vice like that. You did a good job of painting these pictures and having us involved in the process. I think you did a good job of using gestures and using that zone, but I do think you were a little bit locked on the podium itself, the lectern. Podium's higher. So the lectern itself kept you grounded to that one spot. And I don't know if you were trying to be in that one little zone the whole time, but you could have moved around a little bit more. That camera can see you, can see the energy. And Angela used it pretty well to show the walking. But the idea of being able to use your room and use your audience. Robin, we're learning with this new technology and using this hybrid approach with what we have in place. But that camera, we are seeing over Chris's left shoulder. That's where we're seeing you speak from. So OG, you were speaking to this projector screen and the faces that you see there. Now, as a speaker, it's easier to be able to talk to your audience as you see your audience, but you were so focused on the projector screen that you were missing out on talking to Chuck and you're not talking to Angela very much. So learning your room and knowing what your audience is, we're all seeing you speak to us when you're looking near Chris. That's the spot. So I'm giving a little bit of constructive feedback. So Robin, what's beautiful about evaluations is we get to get feedback from people directly who are focused on giving us some benefits so that we can become better speakers. But then with everybody giving some feedback, you have 10 people giving you good, positive, constructive feedback or more, whoever's attending the meeting. So with OG, you gave us powerful messages, your vocal variety, your storytelling, we're all excellent. There's some tiny little details of how you use the room and how you direct to us. That's the only change I could do. I appreciate your speeches. I appreciate the wisdom you share with us, and thank you, and keep it going, my friend.
Thanks very much, John. That was a really detailed and thoughtful and thought-provoking analysis. Our second evaluator this morning is Dr. OG, who will be evaluating Angela's speech. I hope that's correct. So let me turn it over to Dr. OG.
Am I looking at you now? Wait for it. There we go. I'm looking at you.